This is Africa Now on your digital first Pan-African network, TOS TV. I am Adesi Welsi. A team from the Democratic Republic of Congo presidency will be deployed to Goma to support investigations into the assassination of Italian ambassador. According to the presidential press reports, the team will leave today, Tuesday, and report regularly to the head of state. President Felix Tshisekedi has instructed the relevant services to shed light on this heinous crime as soon as possible so that the perpetrators are identified and brought to justice. The Burundi National Communication Council on Monday lifted a ban on Bonesha Radio after dialogue between CNC and media owners early this month. This was disclosed by Nestor Bankumunzi, the chairman of the CNC. Bonesha Radio, a local radio station, was banned from operating in the country in 2015 after the failed coup against former President Pierre Nkurunziza. During the same period, several other local media houses were banned from operating in the country, with some accused of playing a role in the foiled coup. Bankumunzi also revealed that talks are still ongoing on other media houses under sanctions and that they have been able to meet media owners on a bilateral level. Somalia's presidency has invited the leaders of the semi-autonomous regions of Jubaland and Puntland for another meeting to deliberate elections. The presidency did not give a date for the next meeting. The regional leaders on Sunday skipped a meeting hosted by the president. They maintained that they did not recognize President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo since his term ended. The president's term ended early this month before the federal and regional leaders could agree on when the elections should be held. The United Nations envoy for Somalia has called on leaders in Somalia to reach an agreement on holding elections as soon as possible. In comments made days after gunfire broke out during an opposition demonstration in the capital, Mogadishu, in a quarterly video conference of the United Nations Security Council, James Swan on Monday urged all of Somalia's political leaders to pull back from confrontation and avoid risky winner-take-all tactics. President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, better known by his nickname Farmajo, and regional leaders had reached an agreement on September 17 that abandoned a promised one-person, one-vote ballot for offered a common path forward for elections. But they have since been able to resolve difference over how the polls are to be conducted. This is still Africa Now on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS TV. More stories from the African continent after the break. Welcome back. A special plane carrying a consignment of Ebola vaccine landed in Guinea on Monday night. A dust storm in the Sahara forced the aircraft off course on Sunday when it was diverted to Senegal. Vaccinations are to begin in Guinea's capital, Conakry, on Tuesday. Most of the 11,000 doses are to be taken to the southeastern town of Nzerikore. Anti-Politics Electoral Commission data from 3 quarters of constituency have shown that Niger's ruling party candidate Mohamed Bazoum strengthened a lead over his challenger on Monday as voting counting continued in the West African nation's presidential runoff. With 196 out of the 266 constituencies counted, provisional results showed former Interior Minister Bazoum ahead of his challenger, former President Mahamadou Usman, with nearly 52.9% of the vote. The runoff vote meant to usher in Niger's first transition of power from one democratically elected leader to another was held on Sunday after neither candidate secured a majority in the first round in December. Thousands of protesters marched in the Algerian capital and cities across the country to commemorate 2 years since the beginning of mass protests that culminated weeks later in the departure of long-term President Abdelaziz Bouteflika. Demonstrators in central Algiers on Monday chanted slogans against the country's powerful military and President Abdelmadjid Tebboune as they marched towards the iconic Grand Post building. "We are not here to celebrate, we are here to demand your departure," one placard read. Police tried to block protesters from gathering around the Grand Post, the epicenter of protests. Tens of thousands of people took to the streets on February 22, 2019 to protest against Bouteflika's bid for a 5th term in office, despite his failing health. But demonstrators did not stop, despite the octogenarian stepping down. A South African inquiry into corruption during Jacob Zuma's time in power is seeking the former president's imprisonment for 2 years after he defied a summon in court order to appear and give evidence. In an application in the Constitutional Court seen by Reuters, the state capture inquiry is seeking an order that Zuma be held for contempt of court for not turning up last week or providing affidavits when instructed to do so. Zuma denies wrongdoing and has not cooperated with the inquiry. His no-show last week came despite the inquiry summoning him to appear and the Constitutional Court directing him to comply with what summoned and gave testimony. This is TOS TV, your digital first Pan-African network. You're watching Africa Now. Still ahead, business and sports. Thanks for staying tuned, and over to business, where India has agreed to loan Mauritius $100 million to buy military equipment, including radar and helicopters, in what is said to be the first of such agreement between India and an African country. India's Minister of External Affairs, Subrahmanyam Jaishankar, signed the India-Mauritius Comprehensive Economic Cooperation and Partnership Agreement while on an official visit to Mauritius. Jaishankar said, "Today is indeed a special day in their special relationship." According to him, India is privileged to have entered into a comprehensive economic cooperation and partnership agreement with Mauritius. People of Indian origin make up nearly 70% of Mauritius, which has a population of around 1.3 million people. And in sports, the young Scorpions of the Gambia came from behind to beat Ghana 2-0 and qualified to the quarterfinals of the Total African Under-20 Cup of Nations, Mauritania 2021. The victory sends the Gambia to knockout stage for the first time in 14 years when they finished third at the 2007 edition in Congo, Brazzaville. They will face the Central African Republic in the quarterfinals. The Black Satellites also qualified for the last 8 to face Cameroon in Nouakchott. The Gambia will now take on debutants Central African Republic in the quarterfinals in Nouakchott, while Ghana will face Cameroon in the last 8. And that is Africa Now on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS TV. For more updates, visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Do also follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Adesu Welsi. Thank you for watching.